Hello and good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. We are going to continue playing Donkey Kong today. Surprise, surprise! I'm actually, still wanting to play a Nintendo game after 1 or 2 days. So I've been having fun with it. I don't really remember where we're at, but I'm pretty sure I've got to jump down here. So we are going to continue the Donkey Kong Adventures. Happy Friday. We are 1 day closer to, I guess 1 week closer to Christmas, to Advent, to the most wonderful time of year. What are we doing here? Why are we braking? What do we need to skydive for? I don't know what any of that does, but we are continuing Donkey Kong. We are excited for Christmas. It is the most wonderful time of year. Tomorrow, I was talking to Emmy, we might go some bird watching. It's been a little bit since I've done some photography, so it's time to go out and do some photography again. I'm pretty excited to go do that, so be on the lookout for new bird pictures to come tomorrow. Hopefully we can catch a break in the rain for just a little bit to be able to go out and do all the things. So we're at sub-layer 200. I have no idea how many sub-layers there are, but we've got plenty of new exploring to do. We've got a new kind of banana. Oh, these are orange bananas. The last bananas were yellow, so okay, gives you skill point banana. Very cool. Let's do a charge punch, I guess. So we can roll now to get faster to try and catch this dude. I have no idea what they are. They're kind of creepy. Speaking of creepy, we were looking at have you seen those Fuggler dolls that they're I've only seen them at Walmart, but they're like these really ugly dolls called Fugglers, and I despise them. They really are ugly. I don't know if you've seen those dolls, but they are they live up to their name. I just don't know why they exist. Like, why does someone want a really, really ugly doll? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the target audience, but it just doesn't seem like something that people actually want. Like, no one that I know is asking for the Fuggler dolls to be made. So I don't understand who's buying those, who's want those. I don't honestly think anyone actually has purchased one of those dolls. But then again, I mean, Walmart's selling the Skibidi toilets for $50, so maybe I just don't understand economics at all. So good morning, everyone, and welcome in. It is a chill Friday. We are continuing Donkey Kong, and hopefully going to have just a nice, chill, good Friday. Like I said, we're gonna go bird watching here soon. Very excited for going bird watching. Let's see. What do I need to do here? Ah, okay. And I still failed. Platforming. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I heard that Escape from Tarkov is going to be having its full release. Like 1.0 release is coming out on next week. And I have never played Escape from Tarkov, but people are saying that it is some next level toxicity. So has anyone here actually played like Escape from Tarkov? Has anyone here experienced the horror that is Escape from Tarkov? Is it as bad as the people say? I'm really curious if it's worth investing in, or if it really is stay away from it like people are saying. I don't feel like that one was my fault. Donkey Kong is I don't know if it's my controller or what, but like he is jutting forward. Every time I touch like the button, he just jumps forward at full speed. I don't know what that was. I feel like he's on ice physics here. Like, I don't know why that's happening, that he keeps running forward like a madman. Maybe my controller, I don't know. I have the worst luck in the world with controllers. I have so many controllers with stick drift that it's not even funny. Like, I even have like a $200 Scuff controller that I got, and it immediately got stick drift within a week. So like, I don't know if I'm just bad with controllers or what, but apparently I am just not meant to have good controllers, because I have so much problem with stick drift. Okay, Donkey Kong, do very gentle, slow movements. We don't need full speed. We can go slow. We can take it one step at a time here. See, like that, like he just moved so fast. I don't know what the physics are in this world or what, but he just goes like 0 to 100, and that's not usually how he is. Maybe it's when I'm holding something. Maybe like the physics change when I'm holding something, because like here you have like this slow movement. Let me see, when I'm holding something, is there, no, there's still a I don't know what it is. It's just like in that one specific area he just keeps moving so fast. Like uncontrollably fast. The good news is death doesn't really mean that much, because who needs outfits? Who needs fashion? There we go. It finally cooperated. I do fully blame the controller for that one. And we got one more banana to find in here. Or not? I thought there was one more in there. Maybe there was a hidden banana? Something we didn't see? Okay, well, we can always go back. I do appreciate that you can always go back. I do like that the world is open and explorable, and if you want to, you can always just go back and go see other things. I do appreciate the freedom that the game is giving you. Well, let's explore this new map a little bit more. We got these weird stone dudes everywhere. Piles of gold. What else do we got? What else is there to see? Some sort of floating platforms over there, and I saw something glowing up here, so let's go check that out, I guess. What was this that was glowing? Yes. Okay, we need to find something, one of those explosive rocks for this, right? That's... maybe up there? I think that's the explosive thing we need. We just yeet it off into nowhere. That looks about right. Okay, let's try this. Maybe not. I thought that was going to explode, but it didn't explode, so maybe I just have no idea what the heck I'm doing. Alright, so there's for sure 3 bananas in here. The other one said 3 bananas too, but we only found 2, so that must mean that there are, like, it's not all straightforward. Maybe it does have, like, designs for finding secrets and hidden things and things like that. Okay. Well, that that didn't work. So we've got a Sonic style surfboarding section here. Not my favorite, but I guess we'll have to learn to get good at this. Very cool. Ooh, I see coins, a little like shortcut here. We like that. We like that. So we only got one banana. Does that mean we have to do it a second time? Or does that mean that, like, was I not fast enough? Okay, so we got to finish with 20 seconds on the clock. I didn't see, what did I finish with that time? I didn't see how much time I had on the clock. So I guess I should have been paying attention to that. Well, that's that's one way. Y'all are quiet this morning. What's going on with that? Why are y'all so quiet this morning? It says I've had 40 different people come through the stream and not a single person said hi yet. What's going on with y'all this morning? That one guy, good morning, just got here. Not much, just recovering from sickness. I got maybe got COVID again. It's been a little rough, but hopefully I'm at the end of it finally. Been struggling to get better. And the work week is finally over. It was I don't know what it was this week, but man, I felt like this week was never going to end. I don't know that, you know, sometimes on Monday you just get a feeling like, man, this is going to be the longest week ever, right? And it just, that turned out to be true. Like, it was such a long week, and I knew it since Monday. Stay hydrated. I am definitely trying to stay hydrated. We are working hard on drinking a ton of water, ton of tea. Okay, we're just jamming the speed up button as fast as we can. There we go. Okay, we got no. No, we got the banana, but the cutscene interrupted me and threw him off the cliff. It makes Friday Eve better. The good news is I have Fridays off, so I don't actually work on Fridays except for this. You know, this is my Friday job, so that's definitely a flaw there, Nintendo. You need to stop the momentum if you're going to interrupt my stuff with a cutscene. You need to stop the momentum. It was ridiculous. I think I lost too much momentum at the start there, so we're gonna have to start over. This looks rough. You know, it's not super not super bad. I've actually been enjoying the Donkey Kong game so far. Like it's basic. It's about what you'd expect from a Nintendo game, but it's definitely got some polish. It's definitely got some fun. The controls, I've noticed today, the controls are definitely not where I'd want them to be, especially for a platforming game. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. The controls are definitely not where I'd want them to be for a platforming game. They definitely don't have that like fluidity of a Mario game for whatever reason. It just doesn't feel great. But yeah, the game is. I honestly, after playing this one, I really hope that the next Breath of the Wild is more in this style than what they did with Tears of the Kingdom. They're a robot assistant in the background. You're not the only one who thinks that. It's supposed to be the arm of the Waffle Knight. My logo there, as he's reaching back and flipping a waffle. So it's supposed to be the Waffle Knight, but everyone thinks it's a robot. So maybe I need to get the artist to give him a little bit more flavor so that people don't mistake him for a robot, because everyone thinks he's a robot. See the right there, like I pressed the jump button and it just didn't respond. And earlier when y'all weren't here, I just kept falling off because the controls just aren't. It feels maybe it's my what do you call it? Maybe it's my capture card. Maybe I'm wrong in blaming the game. Maybe it's my capture card. My capture card is absolute garbage. So maybe there's just like a delay because of the capture card. But I feel like it's just not responding at all to me. It's like delayed. Maybe it's finally time to upgrade that capture card. I've talked for a while about how garbage my capture card is. Maybe it's finally time to upgrade to the Elgato capture card, because my cheapy one that I got randomly off of Amazon just is not very impressive. But I was talking about Tarkov earlier. Have any of y'all played Tarkov? Because someone had mentioned that it's coming fully to consoles, and like it's having its 1.0 out of beta full like launch next week. And I'm curious if I should invest in it and if I should play Tarkov, because I've heard that it's like one of the most toxic games of all time. But I've also heard that it's like one of the most fun games you'll ever play. So I'm kind of curious about it. But I also don't want to pay a bunch of money to play the most toxic game of all time, right? Like if it's truly that bad, you know, I maybe I don't want to play it. I lost all my momentum. Okay. We stopped ahead of time this time so we don't go sailing off the edge. So we have 2 out of the 3 bananas. So how do we get the third banana? Go for Arc Raiders. So that's how this whole conversation started. Is I have Arc Raiders, and I've been playing Arc Raiders, and a bunch of people on the Arc Raiders subreddit were talking about how toxic the game was. And so when I made a video about toxicity and Arc Raiders, that's where everyone came in and said, if you think Arc Raiders is toxic, you should try Tarkov. That is the most toxic game ever made. And so that's actually like where the conversation started, and that's why I'm kind of interested in seeing, okay, is Tarkov really that bad? Okay, so that's another thing. I heard someone say that Tarkov does have forced wipes. What does that mean? Like, why are there wipes in Tarkov? What is causing that? My screen just shut off. I can't see anything. That is mildly concerning. I don't know why that happened, but okay. computer screen randomly turned off. Everyone starts over so the playfield is leveled so often. So my understanding of Tarkov, and maybe I just don't understand Tarkov. I understand, like, you go in with nothing, and then your job is to extract out with stuff. Is that not the case? Like, do you, like, just have to survive for 2 weeks? Is that why they do wipes and stuff? Is it... I thought you were just extracting with gear. Like, is that not the case? All right, what are we finding down here? Looks like there's some secrets underground, maybe. Why is this person a puzzle piece? Do you have a puzzle for us? Okay, yes. So they're looking for the fragments. That is you. Hey, go back home. I found you. Why are you not going home? Maybe that's not the fragment? It seems like the fragment. That looks like a fragment to me, so... They don't want people to be overpowered like Rust. If you never wipe, the talk dogs wouldn't ever be disrupted naturally. I guess that makes sense, but then, like... If everything resets... What is the point, then? Like... Is there any progression, or is there just, like, no progression? Like, the game just resets and you're playing for pure love of the game. Like, is there any permanent unlocks, like a roguelike, or is it just you play to take other players out and you have fun that way? Because that does sound awful. Okay, so we found an elevator, so that's how we get back up to the top layers if we want to go back up there. What are we doing here? What is this and why? That's a great question. As far as I know, it's just a wipe. Interesting. I mean, I guess games don't have to... They don't have to have a purpose, right? Like, you can... You can just play for fun of the game. You don't necessarily need to have... Cause like, that's Minecraft, right? Minecraft, for the longest time, didn't have a purpose. You just did whatever you wanted whenever you wanted. You just played the game how you wanted, right? So I guess the game doesn't need to have a purpose, but it definitely helps to have a purpose. We need to find some healing items. I think that's what Ark does best. I'm super enjoying Ark Raiders. It's definitely a ton of fun, and I can't believe how many people are already like maxed out in the game. Like, well, I'm bored of it already, and it just goes back to like that whole problem with content vampires, right? Like, you release a new game and people non-stop consume the game for hours on end, and then they go in and complain like, well, there's nothing to do. Like, my dude, the game has been out for 5 days and you've played it for 100 hours in 5 days. What do you mean there's nothing to do? Like, it's time to log off and go outside. This Donkey Kong game looks boring. You know, I haven't gotten bored of it so far. I can see where, like, if it gets too repetitive, it'd be boring, but I've played for about 3-4 hours now, and I've been enjoying the different kind of puzzles and things to do, but I could definitely see where, like, it's not everyone's cup of tea. You know, it's not a pure platformer, so if you only like platformers, you're not going to like it for that. You know, as far as like combat goes, it doesn't have great combat. It's kind of like a jack of all trades situations where it does a lot of different things decently, but nothing like extremely well. So I could definitely see where people would get bored with the game. That's my problem with Helldivers 2. Once you hit at level 150, it's time to play the game. I'm still waiting for some harder modes in Helldivers 2. Like I logged on to Helldivers 2 this morning for because I'm making a video what your favorite stratagem says about you. Good morning, Bubble. So I started working on that video, and the game is just, it's too easy. I want a little bit more of a challenge, so I'm really hoping we'll get a level 15 super Helldive here soon. It looks like a tech demo for Unreal Engine. See, what are we doing here? We have explosives. Are we supposed to like throw this up there and it will... No, but we'll destroy that. Maybe we can destroy part of that. And yeah, get a different way up here. Also, I got to try for the first time last week. We were up in Portland for our regular grocery shopping, and we got to try Jollibee for the first time, which is a fast food chain that does the Philippine style fried chicken. Is it Philippines? Or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Philippines. And that was pretty interesting and fun. But they had spaghetti, and apparently their traditional spaghetti is made with banana flavored spaghetti, and I'm trying to wrap my head around banana flavored spaghetti. Like I've made some weird and terrible food in my days, but bananas and spaghetti, I cannot see how those go together in any way, shape, or form. Like, I don't see it. There's no banana in Jollibee spaghetti. We were looking at the menu online, and it said that it was made with a banana sauce. Like a banana ketchup was the sauce. Maybe the internet lied to us, which, you know, go figure, the internet lies to us. I'm definitely open to being wrong. Is that dude over there shaped like a house? Speaking of house, there's housing being added to World of Warcraft next month, and they released their numbers, and they are sitting at 9 million people apparently are playing World of Warcraft again, which is so great to see World of Warcraft getting back up there in numbers. Playing Arc Raiders until BF6 fixes progression on Battle Pass and Weapon XP. I played the open beta for Battlefield 6, and I immediately knew that game wasn't for me. And I'm so glad I didn't end up buying it, especially since, like, I know that they fixed it now, but, like, their number one promise was that they were never going to add unrealistic skins. They didn't want to turn into Call of Duty or Fortnite. And then immediately they added a Monster Energy drink skin that was glowing. And just, I'm so tired of developers breaking their promises on that. Like, when I want to play a shooter, I want to play a tactical shooter, right? Like, I don't want Snoop Dogg in my shooters. I don't want Nicki Minaj in my shooters. I don't want any of that. And I don't understand. Like, obviously they're making money off of it, so people are asking for it. But I don't understand who is asking for that. Who is asking for glowing skins in games? And, like, Arc Raiders is pretty obnoxious about their skins as well. Like, I just saw they're selling a $9 helmet for the chicken in the game. And like the chicken is on one screen in your menu. You're asking for $9 to put a hat on my chicken for one screen that no one else will see. Like that seems outrageous. And I'm guessing they're asking for that because they're making money off of it. So clearly people are buying it, but who is buying a $9 chicken skin? How do I get up there? What am I missing? Oh, wait. I think I got it. I saw that my dirt stuck to this guy, so maybe I need to jump on him and then get up there first? No? That does not seem to be the answer. Hell Let Loose is grounded. Insurgency Sandstorm, Armory Forger. Yeah, I have seen a few of those games. I tried, was it? I'm pretty sure Hell Let Loose has a new one coming out here soon, right? I'm pretty sure that I tried Hell Let Loose. And I did not enjoy, like, this is the hard part with shooters. I want more grounded, realistic shooters, but also, like, Hell Let Loose is way too grounded and realistic. Like, I don't enjoy the, okay, we're going to walk across the map for 15 minutes, and then you're going to get headshot, and then you're going to walk across the map for 15 minutes, and then you're going to get headshot, and then you're going to walk across the map for 15 minutes. Like, that's too realistic. Okay, chat, give me a hint on this. What am I missing here to get up on the top layer of this? What am I not seeing? Maybe I need to go super Kong. Is that? Do I jump higher in I do. Okay, I figured it out. I didn't need your hints. I did it on my own. I figured it out. I puzzled real good. Also, did you all see they announced the next Pokemon DLC yesterday? I know Dex will be hyped for that, but honestly, like, I've lost all my hype for Pokemon Legends ZA. I probably won't play the DLC. This game looks fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I just rented the game. I'm renting it through GameFly. I don't know that I would pay full price for it. I would say maybe wait for a sale, but I know that, you know, this is a Nintendo game, so there is no such thing as a sale. So I know that this one will never be on sale unless you get it from Costco. You can get the game for $5 off at Costco. So, you know, if you want to get the game and you want it on discount, you can at Costco. So I don't know if it's like a full $70 game, but I'm enjoying it enough so far. Looks like a step down from Donkey Kong 64. You got Odyssey. Where'd you get Odyssey for $30? Okay, unpopular opinion time. I super did not enjoy Donkey Kong 64. Like, that whole collectathon era of gaming is like my least favorite genre of games. And like, Donkey Kong 64 wasn't even the worst on it. Honestly, the worst on it was the original Assassin's Creed 1, where they were like, hey, there's 100 hidden flags and 100 hidden feathers, and I don't like the collectathons. Maybe it's because I'm not a completionist at heart, but like, I never see a need to to complete games to that level, you know? Like there's only one game that I have ever fully 100% platinumed. And that was Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb was the first game that I 100% platinumed all the way through, did every single thing in the game. It was $6 for a minute because you had an additional coupon, but they shut that down fast. I'm still shocked you can get it for $30. That's good for a Nintendo game. Banjo-Kazooie. See, that's another. I did enjoy Banjo-Kazooie. I basically didn't enjoy the Nintendo 64. Like, there were some gems on there, but that whole era of puzzle platforming, collectathons, collect 9,000 coins, just that wasn't for me. That's not my genre. Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 best games. I know that people consider Ocarina of Time to be one of the greatest games of all time. I stand by that it is overrated. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's not deserving of the best game of all time title, I don't feel like. Like, it's got good music, but it's like a glitchy, buggy mess with basic puzzles, and I don't know. I don't think... I think it gets overpraised. But maybe I'm just not a Zelda fan. My favorite Zelda is The Legend of Zelda 2, where they made it an RPG, which is, of course, every Zelda fan's least favorite. So maybe I'm not a true Zelda fan. I think the N64 game that stands the test of time is Mario Tennis. There's a new Mario Tennis coming out, isn't there? I think on February of next year, we're going to see the new Mario Tennis game. I'm kind of hyped for that. Polly Blank's here. Morning, Polly. You're not a Zelda fan? Yeah, I think that may just be the answers. Maybe I'm just not a Zelda fan. Maybe that's the issue. Is I'm just not a true Zelda fan. Because, like, I hated Breath of the Wild. I hated Tears of the Kingdom. I want Nintendo to make a game with FromSoft, like a dark, edgy Zelda 2 Dark Souls. What I want Nintendo to do, the only thing I want Nintendo to do, is I want them to make a new Animal Crossing game, but I want them to make it good. Like, Nintendo and all their like the Pokemon Company and all that is like, they've just gotten so lazy lately. Like, the new Pokemon game is lazy. The new Animal Crossing was lazy. Like, I want them to make a good new Animal Crossing game. That's all I want from Nintendo. Wouldn't you rather just play a new Dark Souls game? Me personally, no. I would be happy if I never saw a Souls-like game ever again. With one exception. They are making a Dante's Inferno Souls-like game that is coming out next year. And I am kind of hyped for that because I like Dante's Inferno, but that's more hype for Dante's Inferno than it is hype for Dark Souls. I like this. This is kind of cool. A tribute to the 2D Donkey Kongs. It's very cool. Oh, you've even got like the barrels and the good music. That was a cool little nod from them. That was kind of cool. I guess Guess it's time to start saving skill points. We have all the things we need. Now we got to get more. The punching is too much, needs more jumping and platforming. I definitely feel like sometimes the solution is just to jam the punch button a whole lot. Have you seen the roller coaster level yet? I have not seen the roller coaster level yet. I did not play off stream at all, actually. I was waiting for stream again to play, so. The Switch is getting Elden Ring. I feel like the Switch getting Elden Ring is a ploy to sell more Switches, because I feel like there's going to be at least one person who breaks their Switch trying to play Elden Ring and getting upset at it and destroying their Switch in a fit of rage. That's my my conspiracy theory, apparently. Which was actually there's an interesting conversation going on in specifically with FromSoft games and all that. Can't throw your controller. You can throw your controller when you're in handheld mode. It's not advisable, but I think that will happen, and that's the problem. You know, every so often there is someone who will pop up on the Catholic forums who will ask, can Catholics play video games? Are video games sinful? Is there something wrong with video games and all that sort of thing? And I was listening to a sermon yesterday that a priest was giving on when video games become sinful, and I definitely feel like that is something that everyone should listen to. And his point was that there's nothing wrong with video games, but there does become a problem when video games take over your life and you spend more time playing video games than living your life. But also specifically, he was bringing up, like, if you're playing a video game like Dark Souls and you find yourself it's actually like impacting your mood, like it's actually upsetting you, it's actually ruining your day, it's actually like causing a shift in your mood, it's time to throw that game out and go do something else. And I cannot relate to that more. Like I do not see a need to waste my life on the frustration that is Souls-like games. You get in a mystery gift mission called Shine Bright Like a Gemstone. What is a Diancie? What is that, like a Chansey evolution? What are we talking about here? Grinding alphas in ZA battles. Why grind alphas? I showed you all the website where you can buy a level 100 shiny alpha for $5. Who needs to grind when you have the power of the wallet? $5 for a shiny alpha Charizard. Which I have a feeling for $5 they have to be hacked, right? Like, I guarantee that those are hacked Pokemon, which means that will Nintendo ban you for it? Like, if they catch you buying, like, can you get banned from Pokemon if they catch you buying Pokemon through like an online third party? Is that a part of like their terms and condition? A big problem is emotional maturity and experiencing the medium in a healthy way, just like anything else. Some people just want to be the best, and that's okay. I feel like not just video games, just in general, the world has a problem with emotional maturity, definitely. I feel like we have many people who still act and think like children and have not fully become adults, maturity-wise. You can be banned for buying Pokemon. That's kind of what I was thinking. Just don't do tournaments. They're not technically hacked. They're genned. They're still legal. But what does gen mean? What is like generated? Is that what gen means? Oh, is this the roller coaster you were talking about, Bubble? This is kind of cool. It looks cool. It's all a distraction from Jesus, so yes, as much as we want to play video games, it's still a desire of flesh and not worshiping God. There is a happy medium somewhere in there where playing video games and having proper relaxation and appreciation for the art that God has given us is a good thing. But it is definitely something I think that people can struggle with to find the moderation and the limits. Generated, made online. How do you make a Pokemon online? I've never heard of this. I guess it makes sense. People figure everything out, right? So it shouldn't surprise me that people found a way to generate Pokemon online. Oh, all of my gold just... Oh, I thought... There it is. Never mind. I thought it all fell off the face of the world, but we still got my gold. I like the verticality to these levels. I like that it's not just like, hey, a flat world. Like, you can dig up and down. I do like experiencing the verticality of these levels. They just use bots to find shinies. I don't think they're using bots, because bots make sense, but at $5 for a shiny level 100, that just seems way too cheap for the amount of time it would take for a bot to find the shiny, to level it up. Like, $5 seems way too cheap for it to actually be just like a bot. You can't run a Charizard that knows Liquidation in competitive. And see, this is where we're talking about people who take like things too seriously. It can't just be video games. It can be anything can be taken to an extreme. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was watching Pokemon videos yesterday, and apparently a bunch of Pokemon content creators got together recently to talk about the Pokemon scalping crisis, all the people who are buying Pokemon cards en masse and scalping them, and like it's gross for sure. There's 100% an issue there. Don't get me wrong. I agree there's an issue, but a bunch of these creators came out and they were like crying on camera and being like, I don't think these scalpers understand that Pokemon cards are our life. The Pokemon cards give our life meaning, and they're taking that away from us. And all I could think of is, my dude, do you hear yourself? Like, that should be your wake-up call to take a step back. If Pokemon cards are that important to your life, that you're crying on camera that your life is being ruined, that you couldn't purchase a Pokemon card because it is your entire life, you need to take a step back and reprioritize your life, because that is without a doubt an issue. The adults who scalp them ruin it for everyone. Oh, I despise scalpers. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, I despise the scalpers 100%, but there is no reason that Pokemon cards, that video games should be your whole life. Like, that is unhealthy. And I get the irony of like, oh, but you're playing video games right now, but like, some people have different passions, and that's okay. That is okay to be passionate about Pokemon, but it shouldn't be your entire life. You need your life to be balanced with, family, friends, God, art. You should be a well-balanced person. One thing, whether it's video games, whether it be soccer, whether it be Pokemon cards, should not be your entire life. I truly believe you cannot have true happiness in your life without a passion for working out, building your body, a passion for working out your mind, learning things, and a passion for God and working out that spiritual muscle in your life. You have to balance all three of those things to have a hope at finding happiness. And I truly believe that the reason why our depression rates are so high is because we live in a society that does not balance those three things at all. Granted, there's a lot of other factors in there too, right? We've got the worst economics we've had in a while. We have people who can't afford housing and food. There's a lot of things to it. But I think if people had a balance between God and family and working out and learning, that we would see a lot less depression in the world. Jonathan's here. Welcome back, Jonathan. That's okay. How's if you want to talk about it, how's the dating going? Is it still I'm going to use a 90s term here. This is going to be a term that only 90s kids know. Is it all of that and a bag of chips? Hello, Mozzarella. You're pretty cool. Nobody talks about God. My first and foremost goal with this channel has always been to blend Catholicism and gaming as a way to reach people, to talk about Jesus, and talk about how we can interact with the God created, and God created us in his image. And thus, we as humans who are created in the image of God, we too want to create like God did. And art is that expression of us wanting to create like God. And video games, as much as some people deny it, I truly believe can be a form of art. So I think that there can be a balance of playing video games and enjoying them and enjoying the art and balancing it between games and God. It's a delicate balance, but that has always been my goal of the channel, is to preach the gospel, to reach new people, and to just have a good time in doing it. I've never heard that saying, but everything is going great. I've never been happier. I missed your lives and chatting with you. That is 100% like if you were in school in the 90s or early 2000s, that is what all the kids were saying, was all of that and a bag of chips. Like, it was in the 90s sitcoms. Like, if you watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or Full House, or any of like those sitcoms that ran in the 90s and early 2000s, I guarantee you're gonna hear it was all that and a bag of chips. It's such an old person saying now, but I'm bringing it back. We're trying to make fetch happen. So if someone finds joy in it, in this hellscape, and they're imbalanced, is that joy invalid? Finds joy in what? In Pokemon? I'm not sure I understand, Dex. The satanic spirit in games is always there. I don't disagree with that, but like that's everywhere, right? Like the temptation, so all sin is, when we talk about sin is disorder. Sin is taking something that is good and using it in a way that is disordered. So anything can be used in a disordered way, such as video games, where you ignore your family and play video games. That is a disordered. As someone who is overweight and in recovery, I have lost almost 170 pounds. I had disorder with food, right? The obesity was a sinful disorder with food. I am working on it. I've lost a ton of weight and I've still got more to go, but anything can be disordered, whether it be video games, Pokemon cards. You can care too much about sports, right? The fathers who spend all Sunday watching football and getting drunk and then yelling at their children. That is a disorder, right? I'm not going to go off the deep end over a pack of Pokemon cards, but at my worst depression, Pokemon was the only thing that motivated me. I mean, I'm not saying the joy is invalid. I'm just saying that if you had balance, I think that the joy would have been even greater. A real depth of joy instead of a temporary joy. Undertones and symbolism hidden with occult objects. Oh, that's definitely a problem. That's not just a video game problem too, though. Like, that's a Hollywood. You know, Hollywood loves their symbolism and hidden things. That is definitely a problem all over. A lot of books do that too. The hidden symbolisms and meanings and all that. That is definitely something we face every day. People hiding all the things in their media and books and all that sort of thing. Can I climb this? I can. But why? Ah, we found a banana. Am I too big to fit in the barrel? Oh, okay, no, I just wasn't doing it right. Okay, charge punch it. Can we break that with a charge punch? No, we can't. Our fists are not strong enough. Can't escape until the rapture. Hopefully you don't get your rapture news off of Facebook, because if you follow Facebook, you'll see the rapture is happening any and every day. Like, you pick a random date on the calendar and there will be some sort of Facebook post about the rapture happening on that day. All right, Bubble, thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. Facebook is just truly awful. Like, I gave up TikTok. I don't go on TikTok anymore. But I occasionally surf like the Facebook Reels and the Facebook memes. Man, are Facebook memes terrible. And not even memes right now, just all the reels on Facebook right now are just a bunch of people celebrating the loss of food stamps, talking about how happy they are that people are going to go hungry, and that if they really want to eat, they would go get a job. And just the amount of racism, hatred, and vitriol that is flowing on Facebook right now is truly unreal. I cannot believe how many people are proudly going on places like Facebook to say how happy they are that people are going without, like. And that's why, like, when we talk about nothing, we'll never fix America. There will always be problems. One of the problems is exactly that, right? Like, you think that we could agree on simple things like, hey, people shouldn't go hungry, and then you find out, like, 30 to 50% of the country is completely okay with people going hungry. And so even basic things like, hey, we should live in a society where people don't starve, you find out that that's a controversial topic. How is that controversial? So if we can't even agree on that, how do we have any hope of agreeing on anything as a country? Like, there's just no way, right? Like, absolutely no way. Nobody should be going hungry, but we also shouldn't have so many people abusing food stamps and food supplements. Plenty of people can afford food, but they choose to spend their money on fancy cars, houses, clothes, and people do it to themselves. Here's the thing. While I understand and agree that there certainly are people who have abused the food stamp programs, just like any program, there will always be someone who takes advantage of it and abuses it. There's no such thing as a program that someone isn't going to exploit in some way. So I would much rather have the program exist and be exploited than I would to not have the program and people go without. So, oh, excuse me. I would much rather some people take advantage of the system than not have the system at all. In capitalism, it's every man for himself, and the common men are fighting for scraps while the rich get richer. That is ultimately the problem. We definitely agree with the stance that there is no such thing as an ethical billionaire. Let's see, ooh, traction britches that make you run fast. I didn't know we could get magical pants that give us magical pants powers. Move faster in snow and mud. Increase the amount of Bananergy. Extends your Bonanza time. Alright, well, I guess we need to buy the super powered pants. Money is the root of all evil. I definitely... Well, the proper phrase for that, and I think it's important to get the proper phrase, is not money is the root of all evil. It's love of money is the root of all evil. That, you know, as a society, for us to function, I definitely understand that we have a need for money. I definitely understand that that is how society functions, and I don't disagree with that. But I definitely understand that the love of money is ultimately the problem. The people who have literally billions of dollars just sitting there and they want to amass more and more and more, that is the issue. Thank you, that one guy. Thank you for the sub. We'll see you next time. I'll see you in Ark, actually. I will be playing Ark once I'm done streaming this morning. I've got to go do my chores, and once my chores are done, I too will be in Ark Raiders. So I will be in Ark this morning. I actually almost considered playing Ark instead of Donkey Kong this morning, because I really wanted to play Ark, but the viewers demand Donkey Kong. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go do my chores, and then we're going into Ark. Let the record show that Waffles is a man of the people and willingly makes the sacrifice to play Donkey Kong instead of Ark, because that is what the people want. I hope to see you again, though, and I do have a video up on about Ark and Helldivers videos and all that, so if you're interested in more, I definitely have a ton of content on the channel. But we'll see you in the next live. I go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Let me see you at the topside. See you next time. Alright, I can stand on these platforms, right? So if I throw this... Oh, that's the wrong button. If I throw this platform just right, I should be able to get to that banana, right? So if we stick that, like, right there... Oh, we broke it. I wish someone would make a game about Exodus, play as Moses. There are some biblical games out there. I can't say most of them are good. There's Super Noah's Ark 3D, where you can play as Noah, getting all the animals on the Ark. There's that one. There is what I assume is going to be a horribly blasphemous game. I Am Jesus Christ is going to be coming out at the end of this year. There is sometime, I'm guessing next year. This is a controversial Christian game. It's got a lot of eye-turning stuff on it. But Catholic Game Reviews did an interview with the creator, and I truly believe the creator does have the best interest in mind. He is making a game called Catholic... Catholic Monster Girl Academy. It is a visual novel where you play as monster girls going to a Catholic school. And like I said, I know there's controversy around it because he has like succubuses in the game and things like that. But I do, from the interview they did with the creator, it does seem like he is trying to tell a Catholic story and have people interested in Catholicism. So I'm going to give it a shot when it comes out, but I understand why people are cautious of that game based on the name and content. I do understand why people are skeptical of it. Other Christian games, there is... I don't know if this exactly counts, but there's Dante's Inferno on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And that was a super fun game. but not exactly the pinnacle of Christianity. Dante definitely had some flaws in his theology, and there's something, looking back on it now, 500, 1,000 years, whatever later, there is something a little cringy about writing a book and putting all your enemies in hell. There is a little bit of cringe to be had on that. Imagine a Nephilim giant story told before the flood video game. I think there's a lot of great stories in the Bible that could translate to good interactive educational video games. The problem is, and a lot of like Christian and Catholic media companies are guilty of this as well, is that Christian content creators tend to make the most cringe things imaginable. Like if you've never seen it, it's not worth your time to watch. But there's this movie called God's Not Dead, and the basic premise of the movie is this guy goes to college. This kid goes to college, and he's taking a psychology 101 class. And the psychology professor comes up to the front of the class and says, "Before I can continue, I'm required to talk about God. And it's a waste of time, and you all are college-educated kids, so you should all agree that God is dead, and this is a waste of time. So if you all sign this form that says that God is dead, we don't have to have this conversation." And so all of the students sign the form, except for one rebel who stands up and says, "No, professor, no, I can't say God is dead. I have faith." And so the whole movie is them debating back and forth on whether or not God exists. And the ending, I'm going to spoil it because, again, you shouldn't watch the movie. The ending is the professor gets in a car wreck and starts to die. And the kid comes out of nowhere, and a priest comes up and he's like, "Wait, before I die, I'm ready to believe. You've convinced me God is real and I want to go to heaven." And so the priest gives him his last rites, and he believes in God, and he goes to heaven. And that is the movie. And that is the theology and arguments in the movie are basic and awful, like barely worth talking about. But like, how cringy is that to make that's your ending? Really, that's your big payoff for all this, was that he dies, but don't worry, even though he got hit by a car and dies painfully at the last moment, he saw the light, so everything is good. Like, it's such a bad movie, and they made 4 of those movies, 4 of them. So my whole point is that some Christian content creators do make some really low tier, cringy bait, I guess you would call it. We're gonna move some troll comments here really quick. Sorry about that. Apparently they are out in force today. What are we doing down here? Did we find a secret, or is this just a waste of my time? Why is there so much shrubbery down here? And why are there so many explosives hidden underground? There must be something good back here. Like there's no reason they would put so much explosives and stuff down here unless there was something good, right? Like that's video gaming 101. There's got to be something good down here because they put so much stuff down here. Oh, what did we find?
Feel better?
I don't think I'm supposed to be down here. I think I think maybe I was reading too much into that. I think this is the wrong way to go. I don't even know where I'm at. So let's climb up until we reach the surface again. I don't know. Actually, I see a room over there. Can we? Do some map hacking, look at the x-raying the walls. Where are we even? Can we pull up the map? The map doesn't even function. I'm so far lost that the map doesn't even function down here. They butchered the platform. It definitely is not a strong platformer. I will agree with that. That they sacrificed the platforming to add so much other of the gameplay. I definitely would agree with that. You were too slow on the draw, Dex. You're too distracted with your Pokemans to do your job. Your unpaid job. This will come up in your Christmas bonus and performance review. I can also understand how someone looks at this and like, wow, is this peak gameplay or what? Like, there's no map. I'm lost. I'm stuck underground. Like, is this not peak gameplay? Are you not entertained? Complaining about work? What's going on at work? What's the dealio? You got your performance review this morning? I'm gonna make a prediction. Dexter's performance review, as told by Saint Waffles. Your work is good, but we feel like you aren't as social as your peers, and that, you know, we're a family here and wish you would participate more in the team's chats for memes and good times, because we're like a family here. How close am I, Dex? Okay, there's a banana over there. But how do I get... You know, actually, I learned a new spin jump. How do I do the spin jump? I unlocked an ability to do a spin jump, but I didn't read how I need to do it. If they ever said we were family, I would quit, but fairly close. That is definitely red flag 101. When a business says we're like a family here, that is definitely a red flag to run far, far away. Performance review is a scare tactic to keep you all in line. It's the way to make you live in fear. It depends on your workplace. I have worked in places that do like honestly care about their employees, so performance reviews were good. But for the vast majority of places I've worked, yeah, the performance review is basically a way for them to not give you a raise. Like, they're going to use the performance review as a reason that you did not receive a raise this year. That is the whole reason they do the performance review, is so they can draw a line to, and later and come back and say, well, we really wanted to give you a raise this year, but, you know, you only met 80% of your objectives. So, you know, next year, if you bust your hump and work real hard, maybe you'll get that 95% and we'll finally be able to give you that raise that you want. That's been my experience with performance reviews, is just an excuse to rip you off. And here's the thing. I feel like this is fairly obvious, but not everyone knows this. So, If you work at a place and you've worked there for 1 year and they do not give you a raise, they have effectively given you a demotion to continue working there. Because every year, inflation gets worse and worse. So even though you're making the same amount of money, you are technically making less money because of inflation. So if your workplace does not give you annual raises, and those annual raises are not tied to cost of living, you are essentially taking a pay cut to continue doing your work. And nobody should put up with that. Know your value, know your worth, know your rights. My score was the same as last year. I told her because I'm doing the same thing. I mean, that makes perfect sense, right? Like, I'm doing the same thing I've always been doing, therefore I got the same score I've always gotten. Like, that makes sense to me. I do like these carts. They look really good. This section looks pretty good. The more work you work harder to impress the boss, the more everyone hates you. Here's the thing. This is something I truly appreciate about Gen Z, Gen Alpha, is there's always been this, you need to burn yourself out at work, right? You need to break your back for the company. No. I have fully adopted, and I think everyone should fully take on, you pay me for a certain job, and as long as I am performing that job at an adequate level, there is no need to go above and beyond. Like, if you're not going to pay me more, then why should I literally lower my life quality for the company? So the company can make an extra dollar? Like, I'm not making that dollar, so, like, why would I break my back for the company when I get no benefit for it? I know they call it quiet quitting, but I see absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong with someone saying, you pay me $12 an hour to be at this register and do the register work. So that is all I do. I do zero extra. I don't go above and beyond. I do the register that I'm paid to do, and that is all I will do. I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. More power to you. My boss flat out told me that there's a 1 to 5 scale. Nobody gets 5s because nobody's perfect. Yep, that is another horrible thing that bosses do. They will absolutely sell you on the, oh, well, there's always room for improvement. So yeah, that is horrible. Nobody should fall for that. That is an absolute scam. Unless it's your own business. Oh yeah, if it's your own business, the rules are different, right? Like, if it's your own hustle, it's your own money, you're going to have to, being a small business owner means making sacrifices and costs and all those things, right? Like, if it's your own company, it's your own dollars, definitely bust your hump for it. But for those of you who've been here for a while, you already know this, but many of you haven't been here for a while today. So I used to work at Wells Fargo, and I literally gave myself a panic disorder busting my hump for the company. I worked extra hard. I gave up PTO. I did everything right. I literally broke my mind and body going the extra mile for Wells Fargo. And do you know how they repaid me? They laid me off. So all that extra work, all that extra, we're family here, all of that meant all of nothing. Absolutely nothing to them when the time came for layoffs. So absolutely do not do that for a company. All the "we're friends and family here" meant nothing in the end when it came time for layoffs. So not only did I get a panic and anxiety disorder, not only did I balloon up to 440 pounds and destroy my health, I got laid off. I lost everything. So there is no company, unless it's your own company you're running, there is no company that is worth breaking your body and mind for. And I will give anyone that advice any time of day. Do not do it. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. One of the smartest things I've ever heard is "we're not family because I'm not in the will." You know, I love that saying, but also like my parents retired early. And I know there's a lot of people like, "Oh, I am so excited for getting, a will in retirement because all that money." Like I hope and pray that my parents live a long, fulfilling, wonderful life. And my number one hope during that long and fulfilling life is that they leave me absolutely nothing. I hope that they are able to spend every penny that my dad lived his life earning, buying and doing all the things they've ever wanted to do. You know, if they pass away and leave me $1 million, then that means that's money they could have spent while they were alive doing things that they wanted to do, right? I would much rather that they spend that money on housing or trips to Europe or whatever it may be. Like, I would much rather they go out and do those things than save it up for me, So, Dad, if you're out there listening, I know Dad pops in sometime. Go out there and spend all the money and have all the fun. Buy the houses, buy the gaming consoles, go to Italy, whatever it may be. Go do all those things. Please, please go do all the fun things. Gotta treat your coworkers not as friends. Just stay quiet, put your head down, do the bare minimum. Here's the thing. That is good advice, and I agree with that, but there are some workplaces, and this is the great unfairness of life, right? There are some workplaces that promotion and raises are not based on merit. They are based on drama, politics, and likability. So there are some workplaces that it doesn't matter how good or bad your work is. If you go golfing with the boss, you're in, right? And it's unfair. It shouldn't be that way, but that is the way sometimes, and that sucks. And to my dad, if you're listening, please come home. It's been years. Alright, we got a boss fight here. We've got metal squealoids. Okay, that's not working. What about Super DK? Will this work? That does work. I kind of feel like Super Saiyan DK kind of breaks the game in that this is like the solution to half the puzzles is just go Super Saiyan and punch things even harder. What kind of lesson are you teaching kids, Nintendo? That every problem can be solved by just punching things a little bit harder. I just got screwed over at college and have to transfer because of a bunch of scumbags I stuck my neck out for. That is really tough to hear. I'm sorry. Genuinely sorry. College is... I never went to a traditional college, but I hear about people's stories of college and the dorm rooms and the fun, and to have what should be some of the funnest years of your life as you're finding yourself and exploring the world, ruined by the selfishness of other people. That really does suck. Is this Donkey Kong son or Donkey Kong dad? This is not the Donkey Kong Country DK. You know, I'm not sure of the Donkey Kong timeline, because I know that there's a huge timeline for Donkey Kong. I want to say that this is original DK, who I believe becomes Cranky Kong. I think this is Cranky Kong. It was teachers. That's even worse, right? Like when it's supposed to be trusted staff and facility, the people who are supposed to support you, who end up making it the worst. Original DK is Cranky in this game, I believe. See, I was right. Look at that. Look at that. Waffles out here knowing something. I may not be able to name all the Beatles, but I can name a Donkey Kong. But we're not going to talk about the Beatles today. Dex has already put up with enough Beatles talk for a while. We're going to give him a break. We're not talking about the Beatles. But you know who we should talk about related to the Beatles is in that old show Doug, they had a ripoff of the Beatles called The Beats, who played the Killer Tofu song. And how is it that a kid's cartoon from the 90s can make a better song than the Beatles themselves? Killer Tofu was an absolute jam.
You got this.
And they put the Beatles to shame. No, Dex, we're not talking about the Beatles. I said we're not talking about the Beatles. So you don't have to leave. Led Zeppelin. You know, and this is going to be embarrassing. I don't think I could name a single Led Zeppelin song.
And we're back.
I'm not even I'm like 50% sure that Led Zeppelin was Ozzy Osbourne's band. So I'm pretty sure that some Ozzy music would apply, but I'm second guessing myself on that, and that might not be true. I think I'm wrong on that. This is why we don't talk about music on stream. Philip donated $500. I don't know if that's a real message. If that's a real message, that is incredibly kind and generous, but unnecessary. I think you just typed that up, right? That's not an actual $500 donation. It shouldn't be. I do not deserve $500 after getting the Led Zeppelin things wrong. No, Ozzy did Black Sabbath, right? I get those two confused. They're basically the same in my mind. Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, like they got the same vibes, right? Like they're in the same genre. At the very least, right? Like they're related in that manner. No? Okay, Google. Are Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin in the same genre?
While both are considered pioneers of hard rock and metal and emerged from the blues rock foundation, they are generally classified into different primary genres. Black Sabbath is widely credited as the primary founder and architect of heavy metal.
Huh.
Zeppelin is often classified as
Led Zeppelin is hard rock or blues? Go figure. You learn something new every day. I would have never guessed that. Okay, would you put, is Led Zeppelin in the same genre as Pink Floyd? Like, would those two be comparable then?
Should we teleport there?
Led Zeppelin was known for evil backwards lyrics. Somewhat closer. Pink Floyd's pretty good. I'll jam to some Pink Floyd. I do think Pink Floyd's a little overrated. You know, you got all the people who say that the Dark Side of the Moon album is one of the best albums ever made of all time. And I think that's a little overrated, but they have some good songs. You've got The Wall, of course, their classic one-hit wonder. Money or Kashmir is pretty good, but that's about the extent of their discography. That's like three. Well, The Wall is 3 different songs. That's like 6 songs. Pink Floyd is trippier than Zepp. I do think Donkey Kong is incredibly mean that I can just blast these people away. Like, look at this friendly dude, and I'm just like, no, bye. And you just shatter him into the cosmos. I'm not saying they're bad decks. I'm just saying overrated. I feel like more people need to understand that just because something is overrated doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's rated too highly. Kashmir's Led Zeppelin.
And nice view too.
Are you sure? I thought Kashmir was money. Baba, welcome. Oh, we found Grumpy Kong. Alright, as always, our solution is to just punch really, really hard. That was not much of a boss fight. That was... The Super Saiyan Donkey Kong made that a little bit too easy. Cranky just beats people up like a brute. Definitely some brute force going on here. Definitely a lot of brute force. Old Gramps was built different. I am 34. I am 34 physically, but everyone tells me that I'm old at heart because, like, I go to bed at 7:30 or 8. I get up at 4 a.m. I go bird watching. I'm an old man at heart. The old man strength is a real thing. My grandfather, God rest his soul, before he passed away was the toughest man I had ever seen. Like, even as a 70, 80-year-old man, like, if I got into the boxing ring with him, I guarantee you that he would break my skull in 1 or 2 hits. Like, just powerful, powerful things. I would not want to mess with him. So that old man strength is a real thing. Sorry we disturb your peace. I should be the one apologizing. If you stick around long enough, you'll know that I am the one disturbing your peace with my horrible opinions and terrible takes when we talk about music and video games and really anything. really anything. My terrible opinions will get you. Ben's here. Good morning, Ben. Is this the solution? Like, do we just casually dig a hole underneath these things? Yeah, looks like it. Well, that's kind of cool. You get like little orbs to throw at stuff. Nice. You look okay. I have been working hard on my looks, actually. You know, going to the dentist, getting my teeth fixed, losing a bunch of weight. I have definitely been working on that. The greatest generation was pushed to be strong. The boomers and everyone else was had to endure. That is definitely true. The whole that saying that floats around, and I get that people like put cringy quotes over this, but there's definitely some truth to it. The whole, you know, hard times create hard men, soft times create soft men create hard times. The older generations definitely were built different. Do I need any assistance? I do not need any assistance. I am blessed to have all of my needs met. It definitely, I mean, it's one of those things that you see people like they put that quote over a black and white photo, you know, of a man kneeling down with a sword in prayer. Like that's the kind of, that's the second cringiest thing that you see on the internet. The cringiest thing that I see on the internet right now, and this is another one of those Facebook exclusive cringes, is there's all these accounts that have like, it's a man who's completely shaved and muscular. And he comes on the screen, and behind him he has a green screen of smoke and fire and women and children screaming. And they come on like, it's your World War III update. We're one step closer to midnight and total annihilation. Like the amount of doomsayers who are profiting off of scaring people about World War III starting is so gross. Every day I get a World War III update. And if you look at their accounts are like 4 years old. So they've been saying this since like the start of COVID. It's going to happen any day now. It's going to happen any day now. The World War III is going to start any day now. And then they've been saying that for 4 years. Like, at a certain point, you have to acknowledge that you're just crying wolf. The men are incredibly not okay. There is a certain type of man who desperately needs there to be war and uncertainty and famine in the world, because I think that there are many men who have put their entire value and self-worth into I'm a big, strong alpha male. And so they need the world to fall apart, because that is the only way that people will see value in them, is that, oh, you're a big, strong man, save us from World War III. Star Citizen update. IAE is happening on the 19th as a free fly event. Okay. I don't know. Everyone's trying to convince me right now to play Tarkov, so we might have Tarkov to play that week, because everyone wants to see me suffer and play Escape from Tarkov. And that's exactly right, Dex. That is exactly right. Is that you see these people posting out, it's World War III, it's the end of the world, and you go outside and you're like, the sun is shining, it's a nice pretty day. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, the world is not ending. It just seems to be another Friday. Like I said, there's a lot of men who seem to really need for there to be a world-ending catastrophe to justify what they believe to be their only value. And that's sad, right? Like, they should have way more value in themselves than that. It again goes back to the Pokemon card thing, right? Like, you should see value in yourself beyond one thing. Humans are deep, complex beings that have so much to them. To boil your life down to one thing, like working out or being strong, is to sell yourself so short. There is so much more to life. And with that said, it is time to get my life started. I've got to go wash some dishes and get out of this chair and start my day. So it is time for us to end our stream. For those of you who are new here, I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. And then I post regular videos throughout the week as well. I'll have a new video on Helldivers coming out today. So let's end with our prayer as always. Let me turn this off so there's no random music popping up. Let me fix my stuff here really quick. Here we go. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for the hungry, the poor, the tired, all those who are going without. Lord, help to provide for them, and help us, their brothers and sisters in Christ, to provide for them as well. We pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the souls who've been forgotten, all the souls who need someone to pray for them. Lord, help them. We pray for the sick and the injured, whether they be at home struggling with mental illness, whether they be in the hospital with physical illness. Lord, help them. We pray for the politicians of the world, that they may find peace and an end to the pointless drama that's going on in our world. We pray for all the victims of violence, all the great acts of violence that are occurring in the world, whether it be local or worldwide. Lord, help to bring about an end to the violence. And as a special intention, we are praying for my grandma today, who is recovering from cancer surgery. Lord, help her. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. As always, it's a pleasure to start my day hanging out with all of you. I super appreciate it. Super love getting to spend my days talking to y'all and having a good time. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. I'll be live again on Monday, 5 a.m. Pacific time. And as I said, I do have some new videos coming out today. So if you need more waffles, there will be more waffles. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and have a blessed day.